The world of Formula 1 is about to change in ways that many did not expect. A new era is coming that will bring simpler and fairer rules to the sport. The changes will affect many parts of racing. The ideas come from a long history of experiments with rules. The new rules aim to make racing more competitive and more exciting to watch. For many years, the sport of Formula 1 has tried different ways to give extra rewards to the fastest drivers. One of those rewards was a bonus point for the fastest lap in a race. That bonus point was once a part of the sport in the early days from 1950 to 1959. In those early years, fans saw extra drama when a driver earned an extra point for a fast lap. But the bonus point did not always work as planned. It sometimes led to strange tactics on track. The extra point could be won by a driver who had already built a comfortable lead. This meant that the extra point rarely affected the outcome of the championship. In some races, a driver would slow down when they were far ahead. This was done so that they could get new tires and then try to win the bonus point. The idea was to add excitement to the race, but it sometimes made the race less fair. Many people felt that the bonus point did not bring the excitement that was promised. This is one of the reasons why the bonus point for the fastest lap is being removed. The removal of the bonus point is not the only change that has been made. The new rules also change the way cars and drivers are measured. For many years, the minimum weight of the car was set to ensure that all teams had a level playing field. In the past, the minimum weight was 798 kilos. Now the minimum weight of the car has been raised to 800 kilos. This change may not seem like much, but it can have a significant effect on the performance of the car. The car weight is very important in a race because it affects how fast a car can go. The extra weight can help to keep the car stable, but it can also slow it down. Teams will have to adjust their designs to meet this new weight requirement. There is also a change that affects the drivers directly. The minimum weight requirement for the driver has been increased. Previously, the rule allowed drivers to weigh as little as 80 kilos. Now, drivers must weigh at least 82 kilos, and this change means that if a driver weighs less than 82 kilos, then extra weight will be added to the car. This added weight is measured in kilos, and it is important because every kilo counts in racing. The rule is designed to keep the competition fair. Lighter drivers used to have an advantage when the total weight of the car and the driver was measured together. With the new rule, the advantage is reduced and the competition is more even. Another important change that has been introduced is a new cooling system for the drivers. In very hot conditions, the drivers may suffer from high temperatures inside the cockpit. The new rule is that when the temperature is forecast to exceed 30.5 degrees centigrade, the team must use a cooling system for the driver. This cooling system uses a battery-powered vest that is worn under the racing suit. The vest is fitted with a system of pipes that carry a cooling liquid. The liquid flows around the driver to keep them cool during the race. The system is designed to work quickly and efficiently. The cooling system has been developed by an American company that has worked with other racing teams in the past. The company is known for its expertise in making small cooling systems that can fit inside a race car. With this new system, the drivers can race in hot conditions without losing focus because of the heat. Before we jump into more rule changes, like and subscribe to keep the F1 updates coming. The aerodynamic rules of the sport are also receiving an overhaul. In recent years, teams have pushed the boundaries of what is allowed by designing flexible wings. One famous design came from a team that made a flexible rear wing that would bend at high speed. The bending of the wing created an effect similar to the drag reduction system. This idea was called a mini DRS, and it was used by some teams to increase speed on the straights. The new rules now set clear limits on what teams can do with their rear wings, and the rules state that the bodywork on the rear wing must only be in one of the two fixed positions. The wing can either be in an open state or a closed state. The transition between these two states must happen in less than 400 milliseconds, and this change means that the rear wing cannot flex in the middle of the race to reduce drag. The rules also change the allowed dimensions of the gap in the rear wing. The gap that feeds air to the system has been reduced from a wider range to a more strict range of numbers. The new range is set between 9.4 and 13 millimeters, with the upper limit of 85 millimeters when the drag reduction system is open. This means that there is less room for interpretation by the teams, and the designs will be more standardized. There are also changes to the front wings of the cars. The front wing plays a very important role in how the air flows around the car. In the past, some teams used flexible front wings to gain a performance advantage. The new rules state that the flexibility of the front wing is limited. The rules set a clear tolerance for how much the front wing can bend. In one part of the car, the maximum vertical deflection is now reduced from 15 mm to 10 mm. In another key area, the deflection is reduced from 3 mm to 2 mm, and the new stiffness requirements mean that teams cannot push the limits of aeroelasticity as they did before. The design of the front wing will have to be robust and precise. This change aims to make the competition more about the skill of a driver and the design of the car rather than pushing the envelope of aerodynamic trickery. The new rules also affect how teams are allowed to test older cars. In the past, teams could test older cars for long periods during the season. This sometimes meant that teams had an advantage if they had more resources for testing. In the new rules, testing of cars that are between 2 and 4 years old is restricted. Teams are now allowed only 20 days of testing over the whole season. Also, the distance that the cars can run during these testing days is limited to 1,000 kilometers. These 1,000 kilometers must be spread over a maximum of 4 days. This rule is designed to save costs and reduce the amount of testing time that teams use. It is also meant to ensure that all teams have an equal chance during the race weekend, and the change will force teams to be more efficient with their testing plans and to use the most modern cars for their data collection. Young drivers and their opportunities have also been affected by the new regulations. In previous seasons, young drivers had a chance to gain experience in limited practice sessions. The rule allowed them to participate in 2 practice sessions during the season. The new rule doubles that number and allows young drivers to take part in 4 practice sessions. This change is important because it gives new talent more time on track. The extra practice sessions mean that young drivers can learn more about the car and the circuit. It also gives them a better chance to impress team managers and sponsors, and the extra opportunities are a positive step for the future of the sport. They show that the governing body wants to develop new talent for many years to come. The rules that determine the starting grid have also been updated. In some cases, the weather or other circumstances have forced the cancellation of the usual qualifying session. In the past, when qualifying was cancelled, the grid was set by the results of the most recent practice session. This method was not always fair because the practice session did not always show the true performance of the cars. The new regulations state that if no qualifying session can be held, then the starting grid will be decided by the championship classification of the drivers. This means that the order in the championship standings will determine the grid, and the rule is designed to be fairer and to give an incentive to drivers to perform consistently well throughout the season. Another change related to the grid formation is the time at which the grid is finalized. Previously, the grid was drawn up 2 hours before the race. Now the final grid will be determined 1 hour before the start of the race. This change may seem small, but it has important implications for teams. It means that if a car is withdrawn from the race up to 75 minutes before the start, then that car will not be included in the final grid. This rule is designed to reduce confusion and to make sure that the grid accurately reflects the cars that will actually start the race. Now, that's all we have for today's episode. Don't forget to give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and also ring that notification bell while you're down there.